Hey guys, it's that time again. I dug out my old saw, I've made my trolley. I can move it around and use it a little bit better. It's not the best saw in the world, but it will do. But I noticed my blade is completely shot. So, time to change it. So, let's come around this side, get a better view. So, underneath we have our winding handle. So we want to bring up our blade as far as we can get it. Also, make sure it's unplugged, guys. So this comes with a couple of wrenches. I haven't done this in a while, so we'll have to see how I can make it work. On that side. Now, these are anti-clockwise, so I'll show you in there. So inside our nut works anti-clockwise. Once we lock that on, I might need to use a wrench a bit more, it's a bit stiff. I had this saw in storage for the last 4 years, since my divorce went sideways. I lost just about everything. So, wow, this is really needs a good clean in here. But anyway, I'll get that off and we'll swap over. So as you can see, it needs a bit of a clean, but this is the original blade I bought when I bought this saw 4 or 5 years ago. And it's only a 36 tooth. I'm going to drop it over now. I'm using a Freud, whatever. This one, a 10-inch blade, 80 teeth, so I should get a much better cut. And if we look at our saw, you'll see there it's good for table saw, mitre saw. Okay, so, mind you, it says no mitre saw there. Maybe that's a metal cutting one, but it's good over here. So we have to make sure our arbor is the right size for the hole, and we drop that in. Make sure your teeth are pointing forwards, otherwise it's not going to cut. We have our little bushing. This can be a little bit difficult to fit your hand in if you've got big hands, but we're just going to take our time with this. Now these ones are actually, because of the flat edges, that's got a flat edge too. So we'll get that in. I should invent something just to do this. Hey, come on. I'm going to have to use 2 hands. Right, so I got that started and we're just going to wind that on. What I'm going to have to do is get some graphite. If you get a graphite spray, just so all of these movements, don't use WD-40 or anything like that. You need a dry graphite spray. So once we get that in, we'll tighten that up. So if we just wind our blade up to that point, see if I can hold my forward at the same time here. And then we're just going to nip that up. Don't overdo it. And then we'll wind this is for our fence, for our guard. So, there we go. That's all in place now. Take these off. Now, the one thing I usually do is just test. Don't touch the blade. Just use the side. Don't use the teeth. I just pull it, make sure it's not catching on anything. Then we can drop our our spacer back in the throat, and this one locks in place. Done. So that's us ready to go. So, and I would highly recommend the Freud blades. Absolutely fantastic. So this one, it tells us we can resharpen this one 6 times, but I'm not sure if there's anywhere in town that does it. So I'll have to ask. But anyway, that's my saw up and ready to go. I've got my mobile feet. I've got it fixed to the bench. And I've got a nice new fruit saw blade in there. That's it. Ready to make some stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Mike out for now.